Hey everyone, I am back again here, just weeks away from inbound with yet another quick product manager interview. And this time I'm actually hanging out with Melissa Parham, one of our product managers at HubSpot that's focused solely on Sales Hub. And I think Melissa works on one of my favorite tools and something that I use in a day-to-day basis, booking meetings with people, scheduling time with customers. And that's the meetings tool in HubSpot. So Melissa, thanks so much for jumping on today. Before we jump in, do you want to give everyone just a quick intro about yourself and kind of what you're focused on here at HubSpot?
Absolutely. Thanks, Alex. As Alex said, my name is Melissa Parham. I've been at HubSpot for 2 years, and I'm the product manager on the meetings tool. My focus is helping sales reps schedule and conduct successful meetings through HubSpot.
No, I love that. And I think one of my things that has been just so cool to see evolve is the meetings tool. I remember last year at Inbound, we launched this ability for people to book on behalf of others. So actually really streamlining the handoff, not only from marketing to sales, but from sales to sales. So from BDR to AE and making it so easy to bring all of that information about the customer just along the whole way and also see real-time availability on people's calendars. Can you maybe talk through kind of how your team thought about building that? What was some of the feedback that sort of led to that evolution of the meetings tool? And then if we have time, and for those of us who haven't seen, do you mind giving us just a quick demo of it as well?
Yeah, I'd love to. So my team talks to customers every day, and what we were hearing a lot from salespeople was that they were totally fine booking meetings for themselves through the CRM, but when it came to booking a meeting for your coworker or an AE, the experience was not as smooth. So reps were having to pull up a scheduling page, and this typically meant having to open the page in an incognito window, having to fill out a bunch of information about the contact that might already be on the contact record. Users were also struggling to make sure that sales reps, like the BDRs, SDRs, AEs, all got credit for that meeting too. So we built the ability to book on behalf of others so that you could easily pull up your coworker, see their calendar, and know that both you and your coworker would get credit for that meeting.
Yeah, it's so easy to do, and you can literally just go in and see someone's real-time availability without having to Slack or message them on the side. I feel like it saves us all so much time. Mind giving us a quick demo?
Yeah, let's do it. Okay, so here I am on a contact record. I can click this schedule a meeting button. By default, I'm seeing my calendar here, so really easy to just book a meeting for myself with Bailey if I wanted to. But from here, I could also select one of my coworkers. So maybe I pick my AE from this list, or maybe I don't even necessarily know who I should be booking for. You can also hop into a meeting rotation and book for one of your BDRs, for example.
Love it. And it looks like Bailey, even though Bailey is a dog, is very, very busy and booked up. So I'm sure this tool comes in handy. So Melissa, since this launched, have there been any sort of like key themes or pieces of feedback that you and your teams have heard from customers and from partners about how this tool is being used and maybe any ways it sort of helped influence some of the more recent releases that you've all made in the meetings tool?
Absolutely. A lot of feedback came from this one. Users have really liked the functionality that we added, and the feedback I've been hearing is really motivating to us. Users like the simplicity of booking through the CRM and the built-in reporting that comes with that, but they want the experience to be more efficient. So this is a common problem theme that we hear across both booking in the CRM and booking through scheduling pages. Our users are really needing efficiency, customization, and easy ways to support larger global teams.
Yeah, I feel like customization and efficiency have been two themes that we've heard just from customers when we've been talking about a lot of different features, but especially I think for the meetings tool, being able to really customize like what that handoff looks like and also just the nuances of scheduling and reminders and things like that that comes with working with all of these different people's calendars is so key. So I know we've got, I think, three features or updates that your team's released in the past several months this year that we're going to be walking through. Want to go ahead and jump into those?
That sounds great. So I guess going into a couple of the core themes of feedback that we've heard from customers, one thing that really jumps out to me is customized reminder emails. Getting prospects to show up to a meeting is essential, and our customers feel like They felt like that became pretty difficult when reminder emails felt really basic and didn't contain the type of information that might get a prospect excited about the meeting or prepared for the meeting that they were about to join. So now users can customize these reminder emails to better suit their needs. You can just go into your automation tab on any scheduling page, configure your normal just reminder intervals of when you want that to send before the meeting starts. But then here's the cool part where you can come in here and customize your own subject line, customize your own email body. It's no longer just like a standard default that feels very bland. You can use all of these personalization tokens to really make it your own.
Yeah, that's so cool. I feel like I need reminders before my meetings, and I've gotten those generic ones as well when I've done some webinars with different teams and things like that. So being able to customize it, I think is just going to make the experience so much cooler. Another one we talked about that I thought was interesting was, we're booking meetings on behalf of other people here. Oftentimes we're working with teams in different time zones. Working hours are very different between teams. What has your team kind of done to mitigate that, and make sure we're not booking over someone's like dinner or 3 a.m. in the morning for them?
Ooh, good question. Let's jump into, I can give you a short demo on considering working hours when booking through scheduling pages. So let's take a look at that. So another big problem that was pointed out to us from users was the fact that we have these round robin scheduling pages that let you throw your whole team into a link so that any of them can get booked for a meeting. But we didn't do a good job supporting something that's very, very common now, which is teams that expand across multiple countries and multiple time zones. So when it came to setting up availability for your scheduling page, we were really happy to add an option to consider working hours. So by turning on this toggle and having users set up their own working hours in HubSpot, you're able to make sure that the scheduling page can support all team members, no matter what time zone they're in.
Yeah, that is super handy. I feel like I could have used that. I'm actually on call with someone with Australia, coming up in a couple weeks, and it's just so difficult to try and like find that one time that works in the first place. So I think this is going to be super, super helpful. So Melissa, one final thing, if we're going back to the rep rotation, was that it's so great to be able to rotate meetings between different team members and things like that. But what have we done to customize the experience for people who may want to send more meetings to a certain rep, or maybe just distribute them in a different way rather than, just one for everyone?
Yes, that is where our new weighted rotations come in. So these are all of my meeting rotations. You can set these up to really fit to your needs. If you wanted all of your reps to get an equal number of meetings assigned to them, you could absolutely do that. But one of our big pieces of feedback since introducing the ability to book on behalf of others was the need to not always follow an even rotation of meetings between reps. We talked to some teams that like to reward high performing reps with more opportunities. We talked to some teams that like to onboard new reps by allocating them fewer meetings than the tenured reps. And we really just talked to a lot of teams that know exactly how they want to allocate meetings in order to yield the best opportunities possible. So we heard that and we gave teams exactly what they've been asking for, which is weighted rotations. So let's hop into one of my weighted rotations here. You can make it so that all reps get an even number of meetings, or you can be really specific, like I've done here, and saying that this one rep gets 70% of meetings that come in, this one gets 20%, this one gets 10%. And then when you hop into your contacts or your companies or your deals and you're booking a meeting, you can click on the schedule a meeting button. And instead of just picking from this list of your coworkers, you can select that meeting rotation and select that BDR weighted rotation that I was just in. And it tells me that Naomi's up next, and I see their calendar right here.
There you go. I mean, Naomi must be doing a good job if they're getting 70% of the meeting.
Lots of meetings.
Lots of meetings. Thank you for showing us that. That is so cool. So as we think about inbound and it's just like a few weeks, I actually just booked my flight this morning. What are some of the things you and your team are most excited for in terms of the evolution of the meetings tool and where you're looking to take things throughout the rest of the year?
Yes, we're definitely staying focused on the customer need for efficiency, customization, standardization, and we're starting to think more about how we can make the meetings experience better as a whole, even outside of these scheduling actions that we've been talking about. So our aim is to help your sales reps throughout all stages of the meeting cycle, in order to help them build pipeline and close deals. So I'm really excited for y'all to see what we have coming.
That is so exciting. And definitely be on the lookout for any updates around inbound when it comes to meetings and just sales have in general. But Melissa, thanks so much for joining us. And we will see anyone who's coming to inbound in Boston in just a couple weeks.
Awesome. Thanks, Alex.